Hello students, how are you today? Today in this video, I will tell you about the definite article, where we have to use the definite article. Articles are used to specify what exactly the noun refers to, or we can say articles limit the meaning of noun. We have definite articles and indefinite articles, but in this video today I am going to teach you about definite article, that is the. Where it is used, the is used with singular and plural nouns and with countable and uncountable nouns. Please remember, the is used with singular, with plural, with countable as well as with uncountable nouns. Like, for example, the novel that I read last night was interesting. The novel that I read last night was interesting. The novel, here, novel. It is singular, countable noun. Novel is singular, countable noun. So here we have written the novel. The novel that I read. And remember one more thing, that the is always used with particular things when the things are specific. When the things are specific, like the novel that I read last night. Here, that I read last night, last night is a phrase, and it specifies the novel that I read last night. So the novel is singular and it is countable, and here this phrase that I read last night clearly specifies, clearly gives an idea that what novel I read last night. So the novel that I read last night was interesting. So the is used with singular, countable noun, and that has become specific with specific things. In the second example, the books assigned for class 10th are very useful. So here you can clearly see books. Books is plural. So with plural countable nouns also we use the. The books assigned for class 10th. Remember, assigned for class 10th is a phrase. So here the phrase makes it specific that those books, I know already those books that has been assigned for class 10th. So please remember, here books is plural, countable, and this phrase assigned for class 10th makes it specific also. So the books assigned for class 10th are very useful. So I already told you that the is used with singular as well as with plural countable nouns. And the is also used with uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns means, first of all, let us know what uncountable noun means. Uncountable noun means nouns those we can't count. Like, can you count advice? Can you count love? Can you count hatred? Love, hatred, they don't have a real physical existence. They don't have a real, you can only feel those things, but you can't count them. Similarly, advice, this is uncountable. Similarly, if you say rice grains, you can't count the grains of the rice, so that is uncountable. So with uncountable nouns, we can't use indefinite article, we can just use definite article the. Here in this example, you can clearly see the advice you gave me was very useful. So advice is uncountable noun. You gave me. Now you gave me. This phrase makes it clear that the advice that I have already given you, that means it becomes specific from this phrase that the advice that has been already given to you. So the advice is uncountable noun. So clearly you can see that we have written the before it. So is it clear to you that the is used with singular, with plural, with countable as well as uncountable nouns. Now it is very simple. Countable nouns are those nouns that you can count. Like you can count a number of chairs, number of tables, flowers. But can you count rice grains? Can you count the feeling? Can you count hatred? Can you count love? No, you can't count them. So these are all uncountable nouns. So with uncountable as well as with countable nouns, with singular as well as with plural nouns, we use the. But when we use these four, we use when it becomes specific. Like I already explained you through these three examples that it has become specific that like in the first example, the novel that I read last night, here it became specific that the novel that I have read last night. Here the books assigned for class 10, it became specific that the books that were assigned for class 10. So I think the first point is clear to you. Now next is before the superlative degree of adjectives. Before the superlative degree of adjectives. So with superlative degree of adjectives, we have comparative, positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree. So with superlative degree of adjective, we use the. Seema is the most intelligent girl in the class. Like tall, taller, tallest. Now tall, taller, tallest. Intelligent, more intelligent, most intelligence. We have degrees of adjective. So with the superlative degree of adjective, we always use the definite article. So it is very easy to understand that here we are talking about the superlative degree of adjective. So it's very easy. Like what is adjective? Intelligent. Intelligent here is qualifying Seema. We are in this example we are telling about that Seema is the most intelligent girl. And what is Seema? Seema is noun. Seema is naming word. So adjective is nothing but adjective qualifies the meaning of noun or pronoun. So Seema is the most intelligent is the superlative degree. So with superlative degree of adjective we use the. Then before the ordinal numbers like first, second, third, fourth and so on. With the ordinal numbers we use the. Like Bechendri Pal was the first Indian women was first Indian women to climb the Mount Everest. Bechendri Pal was the first Indian woman to climb the Mount Everest. Have you ever heard her name? She was the first to climb the Mount Everest. So here with the ordinal numbers we use the. First, second, third, fourth and so on. With the ordinal numbers we use the. Next is we use the when we talk about something for the second time. This is very important that we use the when we talk about something for the second time. Like if I write I live in dash small house, I live in a small house, in a small town. I live in a small town, the town, but next time when I will write the. Because why I am writing here the? Because now it has become specific. It has become clear to me that which town I am talking about. So here it is very clear. In the first I will write I live in a small town. But next time, for the second time when I am going to write it, I will write the. Why I am writing here the? Because now it has become specific. I am talking about which town. I am talking about which town. So here it has become specific. So for the second time I will use the. In the second example also you can see I have a dog. The dog is brown. I have a dog. Here it is not clear that which dog I am talking about. But when I write it for the second time, the dog is brown. Now here I know that which dog I am talking about. So I already told you that is why the is the definite article. Next is the is used with nouns that are unique. Nouns that are unique like the moon, the stars, the North Pole, the South Pole. Anything that is unique in nature we use the. With reference to families like the Kapoors, the Chatterjees, we use the. Name of inventions and musical instruments. Name of inventions like the wheel, the piano. Name of inventions and music. But remember, when we use it in general sense, we don't use the article, the definite article. But when we use it in a specific sense, then only we use the article with all these. Name of well-known buildings, name of well-known or historical buildings like the Taj Mahal, institutes, hotels, zoos, museums, universities. With all of them we use the, but I already told you we use the when it becomes not in the general sense but when the sense is very specific. Like I explained you in this examples what specific means. The novel that I read last night was interesting. Here it is specific that the novel that I read last night, it has become specific from this phrase that I read last night. So one more example I can give, like children play football. Like here we will not write the children play football because we say it in a general sense like children play football. But if I write the children I know they are playing football in the garden, here it has become specific that the children I know. So I know phrase here, from the phrase I know, it becomes specific that I am talking about which children. So I already told you in the general sense we are not going to use the definite article, but when we are using it in a definite sense or when we are using in a specific sense, then we are going to use the definite article. Now next is things of everyday use. Things of everyday use like the newspapers, the internet, the mobile, we use the. Again the thing is same when we are not in the general sense but in the specific sense. Adjectives to represent the whole group, class and population. Adjectives to represent the whole group like the rich, the tribals, the young, the old, the wise. These are adjectives. So when the adjectives represent the whole group, like the tribals here are representing the whole group, the rich are representing the whole rich population. So when we are adjectives, when adjectives are used to represent the whole group, class and population, there also we are going to use the definite article. Next is well-known positions or ranks. Well-known positions like or ranks like the Prime Minister, the President. With well-known positions and with well-known ranks also we use the definite article. Name of the countries that consists of a common noun. We use the definite article with the name of the countries that have a common noun like Republic, States, the United States of America, the Republic of Congo. So with the countries that consist of a common name like Republic, States, we always use the definite article. Name of the countries, plural in form. Look, name of the, we don't use the article with singular, with the name of the countries that have singular in form, but name of the countries that are plural in form, or a group of islands, or with a group of islands. Like name of the countries that are plural in form like the Netherlands, and group of islands like the Maldives. So we use the article when we are writing about the name of the countries that are plural in form, and when we are writing about a group of islands, not a single island but a group of islands, then we use the definite article. With rivers, with oceans, with seas, with mountain ranges, with deserts, we use the definite article. So anything that is unique, anything that all the rivers, the seas, the oceans, all the historical buildings or the well-known buildings, institutes, hotels, zoos, museum, with all these we use the definite article. But always remember one thing, that in the is used when we talk about these things in a particular sense, in a specific sense, not in a general sense. So I hope this is clear to you. The first one, let us revise. The is used with singular, plural nouns and with countable and uncountable nouns. I already told you what is uncountable nouns, those nouns which you can't count. Then it is used with the superlative degree of adjective, superlative degree of adjectives. Then it is used before the ordinal numbers like first, second, third, fourth. Then it is used when we talk about something for the second time. Why it is used? Because first time it becomes passive, then in the second time it becomes specific what we are talking about. And then it is used with nouns that are unique with reference to families, name of inventions and musical instruments, name of well-known buildings, institutes, hotels, things of everyday use, adjectives to represent a class of population, then name of the countries, please remember, name of the countries that are plural in form and with group of islands, and name of the countries that have a common name, that have a common noun. So with rivers, with oceans, with seas, with mountain ranges, we use the definite article. So I hope it has become clear today where we are going to use the. In my